go back through my calendars and figure out exactly when it was. But it got me to thinking about when I gave recitals in college and in graduate school, what that was like compared to what it's been like doing this. When I gave recitals in college and in graduate school, I practiced 3 to 4 hours a day. I had my own dedicated practice room with no internet connection in it to distract. I practiced first thing in the morning before I went to class. I practiced after class until it was time for ensembles. I practiced in the afternoon until there were more ensembles, and I practiced again after dinner. I practiced in hallways where my best friends were practicing in other rooms all around me, so we would all be motivating each other. Oh, right, and I had no children. So it's a very different experience to give a recital these days. What I practice with now, I've been accompanied by a plastic snake, Lego cupcakes, the penguin and the joker under my feet, claves, maracas, cymbals, and a water flute. So, I'm well accustomed to distraction. Oh yes, and there's one other thing. In college and in grad school, you practiced with the piano and in the space that you were going to practice, or that you were going to perform in. We didn't get to do that. So Brian is going to be helping me today. Although everything is a little bit, or maybe a lot less polished, and it's a little more haphazard than it was when I was in college and in grad school, I'm not complaining, because when I was preparing for those recitals, I weighed 10 pounds more than I do now. I was in a constant battle with tendinitis and carpal tunnel. I had no idea what I was really going to do with this degree that I was getting, if I was going to do anything with it. I was sleeping on a dormitory bed whose legs were so uneven that I had to put books underneath them so that it wouldn't tip. And I was sleeping in apartments with walls so thin that the alarm clock next door woke me up every morning. And that was one of them. And the other apartment was cinder block, and I was right next to a major intersection. I had no car, and I had never been published. So the lesson is that it's all give and take, and whatever you gain as life goes on comes at the price of something else. And usually what you lose opens the door to something new that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So I'm happy to be standing here today to share this music with you. I'd like to thank Brian Parks, who is music director at Tolton High School, for taking time to learn an insanely hard piece of music that he probably didn't have time to learn, and for entering into a great partnership with flute lessons for accompaniment, which has, I think, benefited both of us. And I'd like to thank Christian, who's videoing now, and my children for teaching me the value of playing through distraction. Okay. All right.